Hi everyone, this is Sheila and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. Let's stand in a parallel position with our feet underneath our hips, and we're going to just circle the shoulder forward, front, up, back, and down, and front. Lift, back, and down. Circle front. Lift, back, and down, and circle. Lift, back, and down. Bring the hand to the shoulder. We're going to bend our knees and push our elbow forward. Lift it up. Let our heads go with us, and we're going to allow our knees to soften. So we're pushing that elbow out as far as we can, getting a little twist in that spine, and then we're going to take two more of those. Push, lift, reach it back and down, and push it forward, lift, all the way around and down. Now extend the arm. Allow the knees to really bend. You're going to allow the body to accommodate this stretch that we're doing through that arm, and drop it down, reaching forward. Lift it up, way back, good, and down. Let that head follow the hand, reach, lift it up, way back, opening out on a diagonal line there, and drop forward, lift it up, and reach it to the back, and down, good. From here, hands go down, shake that head no, shake the head yes. Let's repeat that, shake the head no, shake the head yes. Good. From here, we're going to roll up through the spine, engaging the abdominals, just getting our first stretch through that spine. Reach the arms up, and let's take some swings. So we're going to drop down and up, and down, and lift. Two more. Drop down and lift, and drop down and lift. Good. Arms come open. Let's switch to the other side. We're going to circle that shoulder forward, lift it up to the back and down. Push it forward, lift it up, back and down. Two more. Front, lift, back and down. Reach forward, lift it up and back and down. Hand to the shoulder, bend the knees, push that elbow forward, watching that elbow with the head, and bend and around. Push it forward, lift it up, reach it to the back and down. We have two more. Reach it forward, breathing up, bend back and down. Little twist in that body. Forward, lift it up, reach it to the back and down. Extend the arm. Now we're going to really exaggerate what happens with that arc around the back and letting the body follow the hand, and reach, lift it up, arc it back and down. Hand might drape the floor. Reach, lift it up, bend back and down. We have one more. Let that head be loose. Forward, lift it up, way back. Good. And down. Now allow the hands to drop down. Your knees are bent. You're folding from the hips. Again, shake that head no. And shake the head yes. Repeat. Shake the head no. And shake the head yes. Again, rolling up through the spine, engaging the abdominals, feeling that spine lengthen out as you roll up. Coming all the way up. Let's bring the arms up and take another swing set. Drop down and lift and down. Breathe and lift. You're folding from the hips. Bend, drop down and lift and bend down and lift. Good. Let's circle the arm way back there. Reaching those arms out. Feeling that twist. And then bring the arm forward and twist to the other side. Keep the hips front and twist and reach. See how far back you can get. Keep those hips forward and front. Other side. Reach to the back and come front. Now we're going to bend our knees and flex our feet and push out through the heels of the hands as you keep the hips front. See if you can get a little farther back there. So we're getting a twist through the spine, engulfing the core as you keep those knees bent. Good, once more, and reach and twist, opening the shoulder. Maybe get a shoulder stretch on the front of that collarbone shoulder area. And reach the other side, back, good, and come up, right. Let's bend our knees, push our hips through, reach the arms behind, up and over. Repeat, bend, push the hips forward, reach the arms behind, head drops, and lift. 2 more. Bend, pushing the hips forward. Maybe you get a little more of an arc around and up. Let's take that once more. Bend, push the hips. Good. Lift up and around. From here, let's bring our hands onto our hips, bend the knees, and just push the hips forward and push them back. And push them forward and back. So we've shifted the focus to our hips and back. Good. And front and back. Now coming up right, let's take that shift forward and back with our chest here. So we're going front and back. Good. Front with the upper chest and back. We have our hands on our hips to prevent ourselves from using the hips. And back. Good. And front and back. Let's take that once more. So here we go. We're going to work with the hips. Push the hips forward, knees are bent, and push back. And push forward with the knees bent, and back. And push forward. Good. And back. Once more. Push forward and back. Come back to a neutral position, and we'll take the knees bent with the chest working. So we're kind of having to work 2 areas of the body at the same time, chest back. By maintaining the core with the knees being bent, we're isolating this upper chest area. And forward and back. Good. And forward and back. Excellent. Come up right. Let's shake out a little bit and face front. We're going to go into a wide parallel position. We're going to bend one knee over the toe. So our right leg, feeling a little stretch in the inside thigh. Come up and over and bend. Lift up and over and bend. We're going to repeat this a number of times. And here we go. 3rd set. Bend, up and over and bend. And last set. Up and over and bend. And come up and over and bend. Now, with our legs straight, we're going to push out through the hips. So again, you may feel a little stretch on the inside thigh, getting more of a stretch on that IT band. Upper body is going to counterbalance. So we're really pushing that hip out, opening out through here and here. Coming up and over, press. Good. Up and over and press. We have 2 more sets. See how far over you can get. Press it over. Good. And stretch. Here's the last time. Push it over. And push it over. Excellent. Come up right. Let's twist our upper bodies, keeping the hips front. And you can hold right here if you'd like to, and drop the head down and the upper back down towards those hands. Getting an opening in the spine. Coming up right. Let's take that again. Drop over, see if you can get a little farther over. And upright. And drop it over. And come up right. Let's take that once more. Drop it over. Shoulders are down. Feel how much you can open up in that upper spine, neck area. And up. Let's twist the upper body. Come to the other side. Your hands can be right on the side of your hips there. And drop over. Your hips are front. Now this first time. On this side, you won't get that far. And lift. And drop over. And notice where you're feeling the stretch. It will change as we go through this. And here's the 3rd one. Drop it over. And lift. Good. And drop it over. And lift. Now come back to center. We're going to take the whole thing in a turn down position. Now the knees are going to bend out over the toe. Now we get a little more action on the inside thigh on the active leg. And bend. And straighten. Bend it down. And push off the foot. Bend. And straighten. We have 2 more. Bend. and straighten, and bend, and straighten. Last time, bend, and straighten, and bend, and straighten. Legs are straight. We're going to twist our upper body like we did. Hands go over to the side. Head is up, hips stay front, and drop that head down. Keeping that back shoulder down and relaxed. And come up. So we're going to feel this stretch maybe in a slightly different place. Maybe you get a little bit deeper stretch. And third one, drop it over. Really opening up that upper spine and drop it over. And lift, come back to center. Upper body is what's twisting, hips stay still. Back shoulders down, drop that head over. Opening up and lift and drop it down. And lift. Two more. Drop it down. Really relaxing the shoulders down and drop it over and up. Good. Bend the knees and we're going to just swing the upper body from one direction to the other and you're letting the arms flail out and maybe hit the back of your kidney area there and wrap. And let's take one more and wrap and stay. Good. Hands on the hips. We're going to just lift the heel up and down and up and down. Repeat and down and lift. Two more sets. Press that heel way up and down and lift and down. Lift it up and down and lift and down. Straighten up. Now we're going to walk through our hip and lift the heel up on that right side. So we're getting a little stretch in the Achilles on that right side, but we're also utilizing that hip movement that we did before. And shift and out. Now as we shift through, you notice you're really actually having a little bit of movement in that lower spine and down as you get a little stretch on the Achilles area and down. We have two more steps. And push out, upper body is going to counterbalance and down and push and down. Good. Once more, push it out. Maybe you're getting a little farther over and down and push it out and down. Good. If you need to, you can inch those feet out a little bit more. We're going to take both knees bending down, opening the inside thigh and straighten and bend out. Breathe and straighten. Bend down and straighten and bend down and straighten. Okay, we're going to slide our hands down and stay out there. So if this feels a little bit too intense for you, you can always straighten up if you want to. But this time we're going to press against that right knee with the right hand and push that right shoulder forward. So we're getting a twist again in the upper spine, but in a different way. Shift and change. Now your legs might feel tired, so again, if you need to, you can take a rest and then rejoin us. Push right shoulder forward and shift and left. Two more sets. Push right. Good. And left. Getting an inside thigh stretch as you work through the shoulder and get a twist in the spine. And press and twist. Good. Center. Come up right. Good. Let's heel toe in and shake out through the hips a little bit. We'll do a little hip work to ease out that inside thigh tension that you may have felt. So we're going to put our heel up on the right foot, bend the left, and we're going to just circle that right hip around all the way. Right hip goes. So obviously the left hip is going to be moving too. But what we're doing is focusing on that right hip to really open up and get some activity, fluid moving in that hip. Good. Come back to the center and let's reverse that right away. Going back and around. Good. Back and around. Excellent. Two more. Back and around. Keeping that heel lifted and back and around. Come back to center, straighten up, and you may notice a difference in terms of how that whole leg feels how it's connected to your torso. Let's take it to the other side, keep it parallel, bend, standing leg, lift this heel up. We're circling to the front and around. Again, the focus now is on that left hip, circling. There's our second one. You may be finding some interesting places where you're getting a little stretch that you haven't felt for a while. And here's our fourth one, going to the front, around to the back, and in. Come back to the front, and we're going to reverse that back and way around. Good. As you go in this opposite direction, you notice that you can get a little more stretched, particularly going to the front and around. Two more. Drop back and around to the side, front, pushing to the other side, and last one. Drop all the way around. Ah, good. Front, come to neutral and straighten up. And you notice now that this leg feels more connected to the torso. Let's go into our wide parallel position. We're going to just reach the arm over the head to the diagonal on the right side. Come up and over and reach to the opposite side. So now we're getting side body stretch. Lift, up, reach, and lift, up, and reach. Two more. Lift, up, and reach. Good. And lift, up. Stretch that out. Last set. Lift, lengthening through the side body, and up, over, and stretch. Now we're going to add bent knee. So we're coming up, bending that right, feeling that stretch, and let's just bring the arm in and push it out, deepening that knee bend. In, push it out. See if you can get a little farther over. In, push it out. Good. And in, push it out. Come up, around, bend the left leg. Make sure that knee goes out over the toe. Feel the stretch from the heel on the right leg over the right arm. Feel that nice line there. And here we go. Bend the elbow and stretch. Maybe you can deepen that bent knee. And reach. We have two more. Bend. And reach. Good. And bend. And reach. Now let's go from one direction with a bent knee. Wrap the hand around. Feel that stretch. Up. Around and reach and lift, breathe and reach and lift and reach. Let's add a little flex on the hand. So we're pushing out through that heel, reach up and over, flex the hand, reach. Once more in each direction, lift and reach, good, and up and reach, good, coming all the way up, excellent. From here, arms are out. Now we're going to fold right from the hips, getting a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So we're going over, keeping that back flat, holding onto the abdominals, over to the front, and then coming back up. So we're really working from a lever of the hips, flat over, but we feel this in our legs, and lift, and flat over. Good. And lift. And once more. Flat over. Great. And come up. Good. Let's put our hands on our hips. We'll go back over into that flat position. And let's keep our knees going out over the toes. And we're going to just bend the knees out over the toes. So you really have to push them out. And then as you straighten, see if you can extend your head forward a little bit more so you get a little more hamstring stretch. And bend, breathe. You're holding onto your abdominals. And stretch forward, long spine. Two more. Bend. Inhale. Exhale. And stretch. Last one. Bend. Inhale. Exhale. And straighten. Good. We're going to put our hands on our thighs, above the knees. Bend the knees. Now pushing with that lower back up. So we're rolling that up through the spine to an upright position. Heads come up, they're the last thing. Now we're going to reverse that. Hands on the hips, stick the butt out, bend the knees, arcing down. Good. Come to a parallel position, hands on the knees, roll up through that lower spine, using abdominals, And straighten the legs as you come up, as the last rhythm comes up. Bend, arch down. Head is lifted, and then it comes to your neutral position, and hands come down, rolling up so that the lower back goes up, head will come down, rolling up as the hands glide up the legs, and arch through. Maybe you feel like you get a little more movement through that lower back. Good, last time. Here we go. And lower back, rolling up. Really undulating through that spine. Coming up, we have one more arch, and arch down. Beautiful. Good. Let's go all the way down. Drop our hands down. Heads are relaxed. And once again, shake the heads no. And shake the heads yes. Repeat. Shake the heads no. Let the head be nice and loose. And shake the heads yes. Now, from here, in this more intense stretch for our hamstrings, we're going to keep our knees bent, breathing in, and then push the hips up and straighten the legs, trying to keep the fold from the front of the hips there and get that nice long hamstring stretch. Good. Bend the knees back down as you breathe in. Exhale, push up with those hips. Two more. Bend, inhale, knees go out over the toes, hips go up, and stretch. Beautiful. Last time. Bend, inhale, exhale, and stretch. Excellent. Now we're going to turn over to our right side, and our feet are going to reflect that turn. We've got straight legs here as best you can, and our hands come down. And we're going to just bend that front knee, feeling a little stretch on the back heel. And then from here, we're going to straighten the leg and bend the back knee. So again, you'll get some more stretch on the back leg here, but you feel a stretch through this hamstring here. Head is loose. Come straight, bend the front leg. Come straight, bend the back leg. Head is loose. Straighten up, bend the front leg. So we're kind of transferring our weight from one leg to the other. Bend back leg. Good. Come forward once more. Bend front leg. Straighten the leg and bend the back leg. Good. Come to a straight leg. Let's bend both legs and then push the back leg out to a lunge. So we have, maybe you have to inch that front foot a little bit more so that the hands are right beside that leg and you have the back leg nice and straight. You might feel like you can get a little more blood flowing through the body because your head isn't downwards. So we're going to stretch through that back hip. Good. We're going to bend the knee down and release the toe and feel that stretch happening in hip again. Let's go back into our lunge, toe under and straighten. And bend down, knee and toe releases. We're going to keep doing this 2 more times. Curl the toe under and press. Feel the stretch that's happening in that hip. Bend the knee down, toe, and release. Good. Come back, curl the toe, stretch, lunge, and bend the knee down, toe, and releases. Now we're going to push back, send that front leg behind you, and go into a child's pose. And notice how it feels on the fold on the leg that we had behind compared to the one that was in front. And just relax that head, shake it out a little bit, shake the shoulders out, maybe shake the hips out. And in this position, before we go to the other side, let's take a little reach with that front arm. So from here, deep breath in, reach that front arm out so that the arm gets straight and you feel a stretch that goes all the way from your fingers through the arm, through the armpit, down the side of the body. And then release that elbow down. Deep breath in, reach the back hand out, reaching way out. Fingers reach through the arm, through the armpit, down the sides of the body, and release. Let's take that once more. Deep breath in, reach all the way out. Lengthen. And release. And left arm or back arm, reach it out. Reaching all the way out as far as you can so you feel that added stretch. Good. And release.
Bring the hands close to you, curl the toes under, and we're gonna press back into the heels. Feeling the heels stretch down towards the floor, shake that head out, and then let's come to an upright position by pushing the heels down and the hips up. If your knees are slightly bent, that's okay. And then we're gonna roll up through the spine by engaging the abdominals all the way back up to an upright position.
And here we go. We're going to go to the other side. So we started in that wide position, and we're going to rotate the feet over, and let's roll down from the top of the head. We've got the head rolling down, rolling over, and you may find there's a little bit of a balance challenge there for you. When you get down, make sure both legs are really truly angled towards the left there, and heads are loose, and we're going to bend that front leg so that we feel a stretch in the back heel. If you need to inch out a little bit wider, you can do that. Head is loose. Straighten the legs, bend the back knee. Front leg gets a little stretch on the hamstring there. Come straighten and bend. And straighten and bend the back. Feeling the fold right from the hip, front of the hip there. 2 more sets. Lift and bend. And come up, bend the back knee. And last time, lift and bend. And straighten up and bend the back knee. Good. Coming up right. Let's bend the front leg. Now you're going to adjust yourself, so you may have to bring that front foot forward and hop the back leg out. So you go into your lunge. Remember, the knee goes up. Knee is right over the ankle there. And you feel that stretch in the back hip as you have that leg long and you're pressing the hip towards the floor. And increasing that by letting the knee come down, toe releases, and press the hip forward. So trying to increase the flexibility of that hip. Curl the toe under and let's go back into our lunge. Repeat. Knee goes down, toe releases, press that hip forward. Curl the toe under, press and stretch. Knee down, toe and releases. And toe, come back up to your lunge. Let's take that one more time. So we have knee going down, toe and release. Good. From here, push that front leg back. We're going back into child's pose and letting our bodies go down. Notice what happens to those hips. Perhaps you feel like you can get a little farther over in your child's pose and your head is nice and loose. And let's walk our hands over to the front here, over to that front leg, bringing hands as far over as we can, letting the heads relax, shoulders are down, elbows relax, and you feel a nice side stretch through that spine. Good. And now let's gradually walk our hands around. So we're going to the other side, and we have our hips staying right where they are, shoulders are down, elbows are down, and we get that nice side stretch again on the other side. Good. Let's come back to our normal position for child's pose. Heads are loose. Really enjoying that relaxation in the lower back, shoulders are down. And then let's come back up to our hands and knees. So your shoulders are right over your hands and your hips are over your knees. And let's focus really on that lower back. So we're going to go into your more traditional cat and cow. So here we go, deep breath in. As we exhale, we're pushing that lower back up to the sky. Heads go down, so you're getting a nice curved position in your cat. Push through the hips, and we're going to go into a cow. Good. And roll and cat. And push through and cow. Again, rolling through. Looking that lower back, abdominals are engaged. And push through, and cow. Shoulders are down. And last one, roll through. Cat. And come through.
Good. Let's walk our hands as we go into that neutral position with the spine forward. And we're going to just drop our hips down. So now we're getting an exaggerated position in that cow. Really pushing with the hands, shoulders are down, hips drop. Now we're going to come up and push back into a bent knee, almost child's position here, but we're feeling stretched now with a flat back. Maybe you feel that in your arms. Come up and come forward once more in that exaggerated cow. So we've got an arch. Coming back up, losing the abdominals. Push back into a flat back and reach out through the hips, away from the arms. 2 more sets. Lift, push, and drop. Elbows are bent. And lift, up, and back. So we're trying not to hyperextend those arms, so they're slightly bent. Come up, forward. I've got a slight bend in the elbows as I drop my hips down. It should be feeling a little bit easier to do. Come up and push back into that flat back. Good. From here, let's walk our hands closer to us and come up to hands and knees position. And now we're going to take our front hand and put it right in the middle of our bodies and take our back hand and lift it up and push with that hand down on the floor and arm up. So we're getting a twisted position here. And now we're going to slide this back hand through, bending the arm that's supporting us. So we're getting a threading the needle position here. Good. Again, this twist that we're doing in the spine helps to open up a lot of blocks that may be happening in the vertebra. We'll push with the hand that's supporting us as we slide this arm back up. And let's take it once again. Reach and twist. Coming through, slide, bend the supporting elbow so you can get through and reach. Maybe you can get that elbow down and across a little bit more of the left arm that's on the floor. So you get a twist more in that spine. Let's take 2 more of these. This feels good. And push with the hand. Reach, stretch, lift. Breathe in. And push through, slide, bend the supporting elbow, and twist. Maybe you can get your head looking more towards up to the ceiling because your shoulders got farther down towards the floor. Good, and last time. Push with the supporting arm and reach and twist. And come down, slide through and reach. How far in that twist can we get? Excellent. And then push with the supporting hand, come back, and let's push back and sit on our legs for a moment. We're going to reach our hands behind. You may already feel a little bit of a stretch on the fronts of the thighs there. And we're going to exaggerate that a little bit more. So holding onto your abdominals, we're just going to push our hips up. Doesn't have to be a big movement there. Feel a stretch in the thighs, and then release. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Press up. Feel that stretch through the thighs as the knees go down. And release. Deep breath in. Hips push up. Knees go down. Lifting. And release. And we have one more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Press up. Lift. And reach. Good. Come back down. Let's walk forward with our hands and go back into our hands and knees and take that whole threading the needle sequence to the other side. So the back hand's going to come in the middle of you. You're going to press with that hand and reach up with this arm and feel that twist in the spine, pressing down with the hand on the floor and up with the fingers on the other hand. Now sliding this hand through, bending the supporting elbow, we're going to twist and reach. So now you see this to the other side. And feel that twist that's happening in the spine. Head is relaxing. And breathe. Now push with the supporting arm. Lift, twist. Maybe this time you can get a little bit more of a twist. Breathing. Good. And slide through. Supporting elbow is bending. Reach and twist through. Good. And holding on to the abdominals, reach and lift and twist. You might find that your range of motion feels like it's extending. And slide through, bend, and reach. Good. Head might be now able to look up to the ceiling there. Last set. Lift, up, twist, breathing, and sliding through, threading the needle, and bending the elbow of the supporting arm. How much of a twist can you get there? Good. And coming back up, let's replace the hands here. And then just gently sit on the floor. And we're going to make our legs go out in one direction along the mat there. Get the divine flesh out from underneath. And let's just do a little work with our feet. So we're going to flex the feet, push through the balls of the feet and point, and flex. Push through and point, and flex. Push through and point, and flex, push through and point. Let's flex the feet and rotate the legs out. So you see you're working through the hips here. Legs are rotating out, back is still straight. Now bring the legs in and rotate them in. Now the feet will cross there. Reach up and out. Growing taller through the spine. Up and in. And up and out. And up, maybe crossing the other foot in front because we do get into habitual patterns. Reach out with the legs and the hips and cross them in. Excellent. Come back to your neutral position. Let's beat the thighs on the floor and open the legs just a little bit, keeping the hands behind you. You can use your hands to support you, but your divine flesh is out from underneath you. And let's take circles with those feet. So we're circling the toes towards each other and then away. So you're getting some action in that ankle, circling and around. You might find that you hear some snapping and crackling in the ankle joints, up and around. We're going to take 3 more. So we're really taking a deep dive into that ankle. And 2 more. Circle and around and circle and around. Let's reverse that. Circling out and in. Now, as you're circling the feet and you're keeping the backs nice and tall, some of you may find that you're getting a little bit of a stretch in that hamstring, the backs of the legs. And if you can't keep the leg completely straight with your spine straight, then you can let your knees bend. You can still have a circling action with those ankles, with those knees bent. And I think we have about 3 more of these circles, so here we go. And now 2 more, big circle. Really letting those ankles open out and release any tightness there. And circle and stay. Good, once again, let's beat those thighs on the floor. Now, keeping the backs nice and tall, we're going to fold right from the hips. We're going to point our feet and we're going to go into a flat back. So we're not going very far. You might increase this hamstring stretch here. And straighten. And flat over. And straighten. And flat over. And straighten. Good. And flat over. And straighten. Let's take the same thing with the flexed foot. So we have flat over, and you're going to find that increases the stretch that you feel in the back of the legs. Up. And 3 more. Flat over, shoulders are down. And lift. So our heads are in line with our spine and that flat back. It's not that far of a motion. And flat over. And up. Point the feet, reach the arms up. Now we're going to take that flat motion and then try and allow our bodies to lower down into a forward fold. We've got our bent knees there. Our feet are pointed in. Your knees can be bent if you need to. Heads are down. Let's once again shake that head out a little bit. Shake the shoulders out. And then shake the hips out. That may allow you to get a little farther over. And we're going to take 4 breaths. Deep breath in. As we exhale, we reach the hands forward just a little bit so we can get a little bit more of a dive forward with our spine. Heads are loose. Again, breath in. Exhale, reaching a little bit farther forward if you can. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale, reaching forward. Lengthening out through the spine and the backs of the legs. And last time, deep breath in, exhale, and reach forward. Good. Rolling up through the spine as you walk the hands back upright.
Let's take the same thing with the flexed foot. So we're going to lift up tall. Remember the divine flesh is out from underneath you. Reach the arms up. We're going into that flat back position. Feel the fold in the hip. And now we're going to lower the upper body over and down. Hands go down. Head drops. And head is loose. Let's shake that head out. Let's shake the shoulders out. Let's shake the hips out. Really feeling that fold from the hip there. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands out and lower the body a little bit more. Again, deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands out. 2 more, deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands out as far as you can go right there and lower the body down and enjoy this increased flexibility that you're putting into your body. And last time, deep breath in, exhale, and reach out. Heads are loose. Again, rolling up through the spine, using your hands to walk yourself to an upright position. Excellent. Shake your legs out. Let's bend the knees, bringing your hands to the front of the knee there, and let's just curve through that lower back. So we're curving into, again, the cat position. We're going to push through the hips and get into a little bit of a cow as we undulate that spine up. Again, roll back into that cat. Push through and roll up through the cow to an upright position. 2 more. Rolling back, cat. Engaging those abdominals. Push through. Rolling back up. And let's take it once more. Rolling back. Excellent. Push through and come upright. Now we're going to roll all the way back as far as we can go, and then we're going to support ourselves on our elbows. So we're pressing that lower back on the floor, engaging the abdominals, and now we're going to do a little bit of abdominal work, but at the same time you may find that you get a little stretch through that lower back. So let's bring the legs a little bit closer. We're going to point that front foot, keeping the abs engaged, lower back on the floor. We're going to lift the knee up and down, and lift and down. Lift it up and down, and lift. Now flex the foot and lift up and down, and lift and down. 2 more. Lift and down, and lift and down. Coming down, back foot points. Lift it up, still engaging the abdominals. And knee up and down. Lift it up and down and lift and down. Put the heel down and flex it, and we're going up and down. Still trying to hold those abdominals in, so it's kind of a sneaky way to get some abdominal work as your legs are working. And down. Now we're going to straighten out that front leg, have that foot pointed, and now we're going to lift the whole leg up, still really holding on to those abdominals. Lift it straight up and down, and lift. Slow control it down. 2 more. Lift it up and down, and lift and down. Now we're going to flex out through the heels, so push out through the heel as you lift the leg up and down. We're holding on to those abdominals. Lift and down. Good. Lift it up and down, and lift and down. Bringing the leg in. We're going to start working with the back leg, so that leg goes up, foot is pointed. Lift and down. Really trying to really tighten the lower abdominals. Lower back stays on the floor. Don't sink into your shoulders. Make sure you're coming all the way up and down, and lift. Flex that foot out and push out through the heel. And down, and lift, and down. Excellent. 2 more. Lift, and down, and lift, and down. Bring the leg in. Let's take our arms out and roll down through the spine. Head is nice and loose. And bring the knees a little bit closer to you. We're going to bring that front knee into the chest. Hug it in.
keeping this knee straight, we're now going to shift the position of our hands to the inside of that knee and open it to the side so you get a deep stretch on the inside thigh. Coming back up. Now we're going to shift the hands so the other hand comes to the side. Original hand goes out on the floor and we're going to cross over. Now you're not going to get very far, but we're working through the back area here, glutes, and crossing that knee over. Repeat, shifting the hands, reach it open, keeping this knee as your anchor. Maybe this time as you open up, you get a little farther over. Lift up, shift the hands, and cross it over. You might get a little farther over. And coming upright, reaching out. You might add a little weight there of that hand. Come up and cross it over. You might find tiny more increment of crossing over happening there as this part of your body starts to open up. And then the last time, reach it open, still using your anchor, straight up to the ceiling with this knee, out to the side with that knee, coming up, cross it, and over. Excellent. Bring it in. Let's hug it in, and then send it down and out. We're going to flex that foot, and we're going to push the heel away so that this hip tilts. So you're opening up through that lower back, and release. And push and tilt. And release. Push and tilt. Way out there. Good. And release. Push and tilt with that hip. And release. Good. Bringing that leg up. And now let's bring it back leg in. So we started out with that knee hugging into the chest. This knee is now your anchor. We're going to take that arm, same arm as leg, bring that hand around and opening it out to the side. Trying not to let the hips move. This knee is anchored knee there. Feeling that inside thigh get a stretch. Good. Come back up. We're shifting hands. And remember, this position going towards the inside of the body is not going to go very far. But you feel that on the outside of the glutes and the side of the hip there. Let's repeat, shifting hands, opening it out to the side. Noticing if you feel a little more range of motion. And come back up, grabbing a hold of the leg with the other hand and moving the knee inwards. And you might find you get a little bit more action there. Third time, reach and open, way out there. Good. Coming up, crossing over, and bringing that knee in towards the center of your body, past the center of your body. And last time. Here we go. Reaching out. How far out can you get? You're maintaining the anchor here with that knee upright. Good. And come upright. Last time, going to the inside there. Excellent. Come back into hugging the knee. That leg goes out. We're going to shoot it out and then flex that foot and drive the heel out so you get a tilt in that hip. And release. 3 more steps. Push it out, tilt, and release. 2 more. And tilt it out. And release. Last time. And tilt it out. And release. Bringing that leg upright. Let's bring both knees into the chest. You can hold onto the knees, or you can grab your hands and get your knees in the crook of the elbow there, and just press that lower back into the floor. And while we're here, let's just turn our heads to the front and then over to the back. So shoulders are down, and we're going to repeat that. So we get a little motion in that neck and to the back. Let's take 2 more sets of that. And reaching to the front with that head and to the back. Shoulders are loose. Last time, front and to the back. Good. Letting the knees come down. We're going to drop the knees over to the side as our body goes over to the side. One arm is underneath you. The other arm is on top. Push the hip away and use the hands to help you undulate yourself up. Good. All right. Let's
go into a sitting position here. Divine flesh is out from underneath us, legs are close to us. And we're gonna just open the knees out, holding on to the ankles here and feeling a deeper stretching inside thigh. And close it up. And open it out. And close it up. We have 2 more sets. Open it out. Good. And close it up. Last time. And open it up. And close it. Now let's put our hands behind, glue those knees together, and just drop the legs over to the side, letting the hip come off the floor. We're going to just rock from side to side. And notice what it does to your spine, lower spine. And twist and rock. Keeping the body, upper body facing front as the legs go to the side. And over. And let's take that once more. And rock. And rock. Good, coming up right. Let's shoot the legs out. And then open the legs to a fairly wide position. It doesn't have to be your widest position. We're going to get the divine flesh out. We're going to begin working on the hip joint to get us into a place where we can get into a very wide position. So this hip is rolling, and this knee can be slightly soft, and we're coming over this leg, which might mean you get a little more stretch through this hamstring. And then push it back and down, and roll it. And really feel that hip stretching out. And roll it back. We have 2 more sets. And roll it over. Good. And open it out. And roll it over. And open it out. Good. Let's take it right away to the other side. So this hip is coming up and over this first time. Let's be gentle and ease our bodies into this. We've got that nice curve there. And open it out. And stretch it out. And twist. This leg might get a little bit of a stretch. And open it out. We have 2 more. And you are getting a bit of a rocking motion in those hips to help ease out that inside thigh. And drop it down once more. And rock it. Twist it. And open it out and down. Good. Bring the legs together. And let's just beat the thighs out. And then we're going to go back out to your widest position, as wide as you can get. And you do want to get the divine flesh out from underneath. And right here, you may feel like you're getting a nice big stretch happening there. Feet are pointed. We're going to roll down from the top of our heads. So from here to the front, drop the head down, feel the stretch that's happening in the upper spine, the mid spine, and then coming through the lower spine, and then feeling it coming from the hips. And you can come to basically a flat back position here with your arms down. You've got your elbows supporting you as well as your hands. And we're going to flex out through the heels. And we're first going to press the right heel out. Now you're going to feel like you're not doing too much motion in terms of getting the foot to move, but you're going to feel that in the inside thigh. And then release that and then push out the other side. So this is very subtle, but it does increase the stretch in between the legs there. So the inside thigh is getting some work. And release. Let's take that once more. Try to push out with that right heel. Good. And release. And now let's press out through the left heel. Good. And release. Point the feet, and now we're going to walk our hands out a little bit farther, as far as you can go, feeling that fold happen from the inside of the hips and that inner thigh, and then drop the head down. Now your head can go all the way to the floor. Mine is not, because I don't want to echo with my voice as I lead you through this, but let's take a deep breath in. As we exhale, maybe you can inch those hands out a little bit more, lowering the body. Feeling the inside thigh, get a deep, deep stretch. Another deep breath in. As we exhale, we're inching those hands out. Again, breath in. Exhale, reach those hands out even farther, as far as you can go. Head is loose. And last time, deep breath in. Exhale, reach those hands out. And here you go. You're in a deep stretch.
Then taking your hands, rolling up through the spine, and letting the body come to an upright position. Excellent, good. Let's bring the legs together and shake them out. Good, that was pretty intense. So, now let's take another twist with our bodies. We're gonna bring our knees up. We're gonna slide the right leg underneath and bring that knee to the front of the room, and then take the left leg and put it across. And this hip will lift off the floor. We don't want this leg so close that it's underneath that hip. We do want some space there. So this is off the floor. And just in this position, you may find that you get a little bit of a stretch through the outside of that thigh. We're going to take the same arm as the leg that is crossed over and bring the elbow against the inside calf, upper calf, just below the knee area, and twist the upper body so we get another twisted position in that spine. Hip is still lifted off the floor. And then we're going to twist and reverse that. So the opposite hand is going to come up and across, and you're twisting through the spine there. So you get your arm reaching out forward, shoulders are down, and you're twisting to the opposite direction. Good. Now come to the center. We're going to wrap our elbow, opposite elbow, around that knee, sitting up tall, other arm is out. Now we're going to pull this elbow towards us as we try to sit with this hip into the floor. And again, that exaggerates the stretch that's happening on the outside of this thigh and glute area. And eventually the hip wins. Good. And then we're going to drop the leg open. And both hips are down, backs are straight. We're going to twist towards this front foot and roll the head down, keeping this hip down. So again, we're getting a stretch in that left side there with the hip down, dropping the head over, and we're breathing. And come upright. You might notice that the feet sort of wiggle or your leg wiggles because we're opening up in ways that we don't ordinarily. All right, let's just ease off and shake those legs out. We're going to come back to that bent knee position, and this time we're going to slide the left leg through and bring the right one over, keeping this leg a little bit open so you have a high hip here. And it's almost like we're trying to step down and walk on this leg that's crossing over. So same arm as leg is going to come to the inside. You're going to press against that upper part of the calf area and inside knee and twist, feeling that stretch in that lower spine. And then come back. Hip is still lifted. We're going to reach the opposite hand across. Elbow goes against thigh and twist. Shoulders are down. Enjoying what happens in that lower spine, and the whole upper spine reflects how much flexibility you found in that lower spine. Still breathing. Come to the center. We're going to wrap the opposite elbow around. This hip is up. You created space there. Reach the arm out. Now the hip tries to go down as the arm is trying to prevent that from happening. But as we know, the hip is always going to win. So as you keep pressing that hip down, the leg will start to move. Good. And then we're going to cross that leg over a little bit more, sitting up tall. Twist towards this foot in front. Keeping this knee out and this hip down. We're going to roll down through the spine. Head goes down towards the foot. And you might find that one side you have a different range of motion than you did on the other side. And you may, again, as I said, find that your feet start to wiggle or your legs wiggle a little bit because you're really opening up deeply in the hip joint there. And then rolling back upright. And let's bring the legs out and down. Bring them to the front here. And sitting up tall, let's just take a simple little push through with our flexed feet here. We're going to push through with the right foot and make the right hip twist. And then come back and push and go to the other side.
Repeat that. As you push that hip forward with the heel leading, you may find your upper body can twist more each time you do it. Twist, and you can allow your arms to help you with that, to aid in the twist. And repeat, third set. Twist and reach. Good. And twist and reach. Out with the left. Last time. Push and twist. Breathing. And push and twist. Excellent. Come back to center and shake it out. Let's fold our legs. You can have either leg if you want in front. And get the divine flesh out from underneath you once more. And let's just drop the heads down and up. So chin goes down, shoulders are down, chin goes up, chin goes down. Chin lifts up. Last time, drop it down and up. Let's come all the way down again and start taking some foot circles to the right. So you're going to the side, chin goes up, around to the left, and drop it forward. We're going to take 3 more. So keep the spine nice and tall, lengthened out. We're going to give our next one last chance to really release any tension. We hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulder area. And it's all the way around. Here we go. Let's go into our last one, circling. Breathing up and around. We're going to reverse that. Dropping down. Let's go to the left. And up. Still keeping the spine nice and long, shoulders are dropped. And just allow this motion, circular motion to, as it's releasing any tension in your neck, help you to feel like your body is calmed down. There's more space available. Muscles have relaxed. And you feel more anchored in your body. Here's our last circle. Breathing. Come all the way down. And head lifts. Thank you for joining me. Let's bring our arms out. Breathing in, hands clasped together. Bring them to your heart chakra. And give thanks to yourself for doing such a great job today. Enjoy.